Welcome to VIP Day 2. Over to you, sir.
All right, thank you everyone for joining the VIP session. I want to believe that there's one or two things that you got from the previous session that we just had. So we are going to do things a bit different here because you guys are important people. So we're going to get into a bit of hands-on. And the first thing I'm going to do is to share the link to our reference material. So very quickly, I'm going to do that. You can look at your chat box. And you will see the link to today's lesson. All right. Any question before we start? So in the previous session, we talked about various AI tools that you can use in your personal and professional life. And one of them that I mentioned is Grammarly. If you're developing a technical report, there are also a few virtual assistant tools that you can leverage in your business. And what I did was to share some of the tools that are available to you. And I want to believe that you'll take some of your free time to try to get to know some of these tools. However, in our monthly seminar, we're going to go into detail about all these tools, how they work, and how to use them to develop models. So it's going to be more hands-on and practical experience. So without much ado, I just want to talk about three important AI tools that you should be aware of when it comes to marketing and sales. You want to generate leads, you want to generate increase in revenue for your business. You want to have that automated customer support, then you should be looking at these three tools. HubSpot, which is used for nurturing. You want to help your customer to understand what you want to also make sure that your customer are coming for more. You can use your HubSpot. And then you have the intercom. And then you have the intercom, which is similar to your AI ChatGPT, but this time around, it's a chatbot that you can integrate into your website or any platform that you're using to transact business with your clients. And then you have two other tools, the buffer and the Hootsuite, that you can try your hands on to engage your clients on social media. So you want to have an automated engagement with your customers on social media, with new clients, you can use Buffer. So you can just be somewhere in Hawaii, chilling by the beach, and all these tools are going to do everything for you. Everything for you. You don't need to learn to code. You don't need to know how to generate a website or write HTML, CSS style, or write React or Node.js codes. This is going to do everything for you. So you don't need to learn all this. And there's one particular tool, because of time, one particular tool that I will be focusing on today, which is Zapier. Zapier spells Z-A-P-I-E-R. So the first task I'm going to have you guys do is to go on their website to sign
Can you drop the link on the chat? Dr. Steve, are you there? Dr. Steve. Okay.
All right, sorry about that. I guess it's the network that is causing some of these. I have a lag here. The network is not too good. Sorry about that. So here, this is what I have. I'm already logged in. I'm going to log out. I want you
Is
guys.
it a free app? Is it a free app?
So there's a free version
Okay.
that most things, but it's important that we at least know how to use it.
Use it. Okay.
Or,
Can you drop the link in the chat?
yeah, it's in the document that I shared earlier.
So everyone just click on that document and let's follow.
All right, so it's on the chat box. So you can sign with your people. You can sign up. That's what I do most times. You need to start entering password. So you can use the Google email, use this, and then continue, right? So you guys see, you all see what I did here. So I click on start with Google. So click on start with Google. And select one of your email. This is mine. Click on continue. My school email. And that takes you to this interface right here. So you can see here it's saying you want to start from scratch. You want to create automated workflows where everything is done for you, automated. All the processes that your company has to do. Do you want to create an automated system that generates data, customer data? You want to create applications, softwares, you want to create forms and pages. You want to create chat to interact with customers. You want to create organization for presenting your ideas. You can do that. So if you take your mouse to the left portion of the image, you have the create button. Can you see the create here? This ad can you this project notice. So if you take your mouse cursor to the left of the interface, you have the create button that you can use to create a new workflow. We're not going to click on that. I just want to walk you through the interface first and foremost. So here you have like your Microsoft Word, you have the home button, and if you want to discover some of the templates, for example, you don't know how to use it and you want to use templates, you can come to discover templates for a form, for a chatbot, everything is here, right? And things that we saw here are also provided here, right? So you can create your Zap tables, your workflows, your interfaces using the free version. Or if you want to create chatbot or you want to create visual effects, then you have to pay for subscription, right? So, so we're just going to focus on this right now. Any question before we start? Any question before we go into the process, the practical aspect? So let's learn how to build custom forms that can help you easily capture, organize, and follow with leads. And that's going to connect to your app, right? So let's see how we can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this right here. Let me share these. You can also click on, let's see, you can click on interface, but I'm going to make life easy for you so that we can go into the practical aspect. I'm going to place it here. So I'm going to go to zapier.com/template/lead capture, right? Click on that. Let's see what's going to happen. So if I click on that at my end, this is what I have, right? Do everyone have this? You could have also clicked on interface, right? From interface, you can then select leads and so on. But to make life easy, I'm trying to go directly there. So we are going to click on use template. So click on use template on the top right. So let's use the template. Using a template. With interfaces, you can see the page that is created here. The page includes, let me close this. That page includes a thank you and a contact us layout. So which is what you see as a user of your platform. So if I'm going to use your platform, I click on the thank you page, this is what I'm going to see. I click on contact us, this is what I see, right? Now, if you scroll down, you're going to see what you call the lead capture in this interface. And that allows you to capture or collect information from visitors that visit your website and store it in what we call the Zapier table. And that table, I want you to think it as a database or an Excel for those of you that are not familiar with databases. It's going to collect those information from these and store them in a no-code database. So you don't need to learn how to code your database. That means you can rely on these to generate your data leads. And then if you scroll down, you're going to see some other, it says when they submit form, send me a notification email. So when you turn this off, for example, then there's not going to be notification. There are a lot of websites that you subscribe to, and when you sign up, you're going to have a notification email that is sent to you, so you can easily deal with this. So I want us to take this up notch. I want you to click on the thank you, or click on the contact us. Let's play with the contact us first. Let's click on the contact us page. So this is my own contact us page. Are we all there? Can someone tell me if they are struggling to find the contact us? Are you all there? You all good? All right. So this is what you're going to see. You're going to see a contact us form. that has some of the details that you might want your client to complete. You can add other elements, first name and last name. Perhaps you want a password in there. You can add that also. So this is what we have. If I click on, for example, click on contact us. Click on that. I'm going to change contact us to contact Steve. Put your name there. Contact Steve April. Now, whatever you want to do to your client, let's do that. I would say you want to get in touch with our sales team. You can do that also at your end to learn more about, let's say, our products. Let's say for some products. I would say fill out this form. Get in touch. Right? We get back to you. In the share of the tip. Share of the let's just leave it. And see what happened. It's automatically showing right here, right? So with this panel, you can adjust parameters like the width. If you scroll down, assuming you want to increase the width, you want to make it wider, you can see that it became wider. You want to make it medium, you want to make it narrow like it was before, you can do that, right? You can also look at test alignment. I want everything to be aligned center, I want it to be aligned left, right? I want the text to be aligned left, you can do that. So these gives you that power to control what is seen on your dashboard, right? Any question? Now let's edit some of the questions on the form. Let's edit some of the questions on the form and then add some. So what I want you to do is take your mouse, don't click on anything. Take your mouse down and just move your mouse on the form. Don't click on anything. Just move your mouse and click on edit. Click on edit. So this is where we are going to edit the forms entry fields. So we call these fields, all these that you're seeing. If you're into website development, you understand what I'm saying. So you have all these fields that capture what goes in them, like the first name, the last name, the email, and the notes. So we can edit any of these. For example, let me go back, edit. I can come here and edit my first name, right? I can change it to Steve first name. I mean, we are not doing anything serious. So once I edit that, right, I can go back. So the label for that has changed to Steve first name. So what type of text do you want to go in? Is it a long text or a short text or a drop down? For example, when I come here, it's going to give me a drop down for first name, right? Of course, we know first name is never a drop down, so it's going to be a short text. And you can see the table that is connected to. If you create your own lead capture table, then you can connect it here. Automatically, it's created a template lead capture. So all the data that is submitted will be captured in this table called leads, right? Any question? So if it's important that you want your customer to report their first name, you can click on report required. So you can see required is shown there, or just leave things as it is. I'm gonna go back to where I was and go to the last name, edit the last name, and so on, right? Now, if I wanna add field, I'm going to click on add field. Are you guys with me? So I scroll down to where I was initially, right? Or you can just go back here, go back, move your mouse around, click on edit, and scroll down to add field. This time around, I'm going to put the label as occupation. Right? And this is what people will see occupation. That's the label. And then whatever you want to change in terms of how you want it to be displayed, you can do that here, right? Be a long test, be a drop down, then use a drop down for the occupation. And I can provide a drop down. Let me say that I have education, that because it's you can put something drop down. Any question on that? So once you're done, you're good, you're satisfied, you can click on insert field and scroll down to, let me say it's required, and insert field. So once I've inserted it, here is saying that I should enter table field. Yeah. So table field, I have to enter that. You can create a new field, it doesn't matter, you can create your own field, we call it profession. So I think what they required has been done. So we click on create field. You can see it has created that field right here. Then you change profession. Right there, right here. Any question? So that's how you create your lead form. So this is the form you're going to use to get your clients. So one other thing we are going to do is we are going to add condition. So what do you mean by condition? If I click here, or let's see, let's add some logic. It's the thanking page, it starts up, very good. Capture, view the table, and so on. So we've done that. Any question before we proceed? So one other thing we could do is create logics and conditions. For example, you have a business that deals with dogs, and you want your clients to tell you what kind of pets that they have. You want them to tell you what is the condition of the dog. So so that you can know how urgent you can come in to feed them. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go here to where you have notes, right? Click on any of those boxes. I'm going to change that to what kind of text you have, right? So everything we do right now, you're taking the pain of getting it done in 10 minutes if you have the experience, maximum 10 minutes. And for the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, it does it automatically for you, right? So I'd rather take the pain 10 minutes of work than doing it every day, having to deal with clients, not knowing what to do. So this is my level right here. I've changed it to what kind of test do you have. I can go to logic and click on logic. And when you click on logic, what you're going to see is the conditional logic. Unfortunately, you cannot provide conditional logic. Why? Because we're using the free tier version. But you want your form to be more sophisticated, you want to add logic so that you can ask questions from your client. You know, how do you want your pet to be treated? What kind of condition does he have? What kind of spray you prefer? What kind of ointment do you like for the face? And so on, right? So I'm going to go back and just stop right there, right? And you can also create actions. If I click on edit here, I can add actions. I'm not sure if it's going to allow us, but these are the current actions that you have. When a user submits this form, send a thank you message. You can click on that, what the thank you looks like. You can go back. Then when a user submits the form, then let there be a lead that takes place. Start having conversation with the clients, right? So you can add more actions. For example, you have a list of action that when they submit the form, you want them to go to another page. Maybe you have another business that you want them to look at, or you want to show a particular notification, and do that here, right? Once you, for example, let me just show notification. So the notification is thank you. And then I can add that action, right? And it has added that action, you see, show notification on the form page, right? So we've been able to do a few things with creating your first form, right? And if you want to edit this, for example, instead of having I'm interested, you can say join now, right? And when the user clicks on that button, that's what you see. If you want to add more forms or you want to add more components, for example, you can do that here. And quickly do that here, right? So you want to add chatbot, which is a better form, better users. You can click on that, but I don't think you can do that. Let's see if you can try to do something. So basically what I did was to add more components. Let's see if we can create it. Create chatbot. I'm going to create a chatbot and I'm going to give it a name. Let's say virtual assistant for pets. Let's see if we're going to allow. Okay. So here you have the interface for the chatbot. you expect your user or your customer to ask a question and then you respond, right? So these are things you want to first pay attention to. For example, your objective. Sorry about that. 1 second. So you want to have your objective statement for your chatbot. You want to have your objective statement, the style, and the rules. You want to create that for your prompts, right? And this is where ChatGPT comes in. So if you know how to use ChatGPT, I'm going to go here. You guys are going to do that with me. Let's go to ChatGPT. So just type that on the search. And I'm going to paste that here. I want to create the objective. I want to create the style. I want to create the rules. So what I'm going to say is that I am using Zapier to create chatbot for my pets business. Create these forms. All right. So these are the objectives. So I can copy these and replace it with what is in the chatbot. I come here, replace it. Right. And the style for the communication, we're going to take that here. This, that, and I'm going to take the rules. This is the rule is they share the name of the pet, offer and opt-in for users to subscribe, and so on. So I'm going to come here, go to the rules, put my own rules here. So you can see I've replaced that with mine, and the greeting is what you see when you first get into the interface with the chatbot. So the customer is going to see this statement. How can I help you today? That's the first thing. And then it's going to go here to the objective. The objective that your chatbot is understanding is that I want you to help me. I want you to help me interact with pet owners to assess information about products and services and to provide personalized recommendation for pet care based on their inputs, right? And you are to answer queries in terms of pricing, assuming they are asking for the price, how to care for their pet, how to book appointment, and so on. So you can create all this. Now look at the model. It kind of interacts with your ChatGPT. You can see it here. So for those of you that only use ChatGPT, you don't know the power of ChatGPT. Most of these AI tools kind of have GPT integrated in them. So I can save changes, and that's what I have. So how can I help you today? You can try to interact based on this objective you set. I have a dog that has babies. Let's see what's gonna happen. Oh no, if your dog has rabies, it is crucial to get professional help here. If you have any question about care, prevention, or need help with anything else related to your pup, let me know. What products should I be looking at? I know this is general, the objective is general, but you want to tailor it to your business. So this is a general chatbot conversation. So what products should I be looking at, right? And it's providing products. So these are the things that you guys have been using when you go to platforms. You're now seeing that you are creating yours, right? And all you need to do is just embed that. You can embed or you can share it. You can embed it into your website. Unfortunately, you can't do that because we're using a free version, or you can share it, right? So this is the link. So if I go here and I put the link here, search box, it looks like your website, right? This is what they're going to see, right? And that's how to create your chatbot. Any question? Yeah. So we've been able to, yes, I can hear you.
Yes, please talk. Pastor G. I know
No.
it's like
I said no. Go ahead. I
okay,
mean, it's
okay.
you have to go through the recordings and check it one by one. So many things, and some of the limited space here. So go ahead. We're texting.
All right. All right. So that's about that. I want to believe you do that when you perhaps need time. What else can we do?
But I want them to also respond like this process, even though I know if we are not coming from a techie background, it might look like what's all this or where are we going again? I want you to know that this is just imagine it and disabuse your mind away from the technicalities and just imagine you sitting down and you can tell what your business process is like and what you want. Or you have a competitor, you see that their business is thriving and you can see what they are doing. You can lay hold of your website, you see everything in total. Or just like Pastor Gbenga that talked about, he's into ministerial work, or you have somebody, or you have a ministry or an organization. You just like their output, you like how their system is, you see, you've interacted with their, interface, and you'll be able to see what they are doing better. It is just a question of you getting that website over. And this is what we are talking about when we mention the personalized hands-on, where all this can be set up for you. All you just need is to be able to have a document where you list all what you want, and all these details can be integrated and get ready done. So I don't want us to see it as if, oh, this is like they're speaking above my head, or I'm not sure. So that was why I had to. I know if we go on, Prof is a load, he has a load down. This few minutes go, we may never finish. So that's why I had to ask to let us see how we can bring it further for you, so you're able to get value for why you are in this VIP. So I know it's all about you asking questions, like as so far from what he has taught us now. Where do you see yourself? What is the question? What is next? Or what do you want to do? So that is what I wanted to mention. But if you are good, when we can continue.
Thank you very much. That's a good one. There are other things you can do with here. You just put a chatbot. I want you to see platform, your go-to platform that runs the business as having different elements. So you have tables that are going to take the data from the client and store them in a database. You have forms that is going to receive information on their needs. You have chatbot and so on. So let's try to create a table and then we take it from there. So there are several ways of creating tables. It's either you use templates. If I click on that, you can use templates that consist of libraries, or you can create a blank table. So if you click on create table like I did the other time, this is what you are going to see. It's something that is blank. So I could have used a template, right? You can just come here and create a table from template. So now what you want to do is then go here. Let me see if I can move this and import records. So you go to the three dots at the top right, and you click on import records for your table. So if you have existing data of the client information, you can do that. Let's see. Let me see if I have Excel. Let's see. Let me see if I can find Excel files to use. Let's go to place one implementation table. I'm going to open that. It's going to hide that. And this is what is in my table, right? So you can see here, as we have the first name, the last name. This is what I have in that table, right? So I have the field on my Excel. Let me see. Implementation. This one, let me show you guys this one implementation table. Before you upload it, this is what I have for the first one implementation table. It has the faces, the description, and the timeline, right? So, and that's what you see here. That's what you see here in terms of the faces, the description, and the timeline. And that's what you can switch the fields and switch them in so on. Now, for example, here you can edit things, but this is what you're expected to do, right? Because it's a lead generation table, you should have first name instead on the Excel, first name, last name, and the email. So this should be email and not, and then you can continue to import. So when you import these, take the first column as the first name, the last name, and then continue that way until the very end. And here it's saying that you want to send email. For example, there's a particular member, maybe this guy right here that has first name selection of pilot courses. I want to send email to him alone. I can just click on send email, or I can just send a bulk email to everyone. That's possible, right? So this is how you create your table. And anytime clients are interacting with your Google form, all their information are stored in this database, right? And then once it's stored, it automatically sends them the email that you have crafted to them, or you can individually send them. Right now, I've deactivated this one, saying don't send email to these ones. So it's only going to send to 5 of them. This is the unsubscribed to my platform, so they are no longer there. I'm just going to deactivate them, so they will not receive my emails for them. Many times you unsubscribe, and this is what happens. You don't need to be writing code. So this is how to create your table. Any question? Any question?
Pastor Igwenga, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, nothing for now. I mean, we're getting the flow, so let's go ahead.
Okay,
Since we'll have the video later, we'll sit down and put hands on deck to see all this and practice. And if we have anything, we can always get back. I want Doc to also send his direct WhatsApp number so that we can add it.
Okay.
So all these fields, thank you, Pastor. So you have fields, you can edit the fields. Okay, with the fields, you can edit those fields to suit your own needs. But right now, this is what I want to collect from my clients. And you can change the type of fields also. You can change them to, for example, drop down and so on. So when you go back to the form that we saw earlier, I can change this type of fields. For example, this type of field, when I edit it, let me click on edit field, I can change it to drop down, the type of field that I want. Remember, we did this the other time, right? And that's how you create your table. So that brings us to the end of today's session. I know there's a lot to learn, but this is just to open your eyes to some of the tools that you have out there. So the goal is that you can play around some of these tools and see which one works for the previous idea or plan that you have for the platform, right? The goal is lead generation. The goal is conversion. The goal is revenue generation. And the goal is to free up your time, right? And if you have questions, you can send us questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can I also suggest that we have a WhatsApp group for the VIP? So if people are continuing and engaging and we're forming a community, so it will be advisable if we have a WhatsApp group that is for VIP, not general, but VIP, so that we can also be engaged one-on-one and interact and other things. It will bring a more effective community. Thank you.
I agree with you. I agree with you. We will do that. Thank you for the suggestion. That's a very good one. Thank you. Any other question?
Mr. Adu left the meeting. He had an emergency to attend to, so it's only Pastor Benga that is on. So there's no other person in the call.
Sister Shade is there too.
Yes, I mean, so I'm just okay. Yes, he can ask a
Rounding us
question.
together as one, yes.
Yeah, I'm just saying that. I know he's not looking at the chat. I was just going to tell him that it's only the two of you. Yeah, it's okay.
So I have, sorry for taking you. I have a few activities to do at home. I'm going to share that in a few seconds. There was a homework that was given to you for
Yes.
and I want to believe that you all are. So very quickly, let me share this with you. You're going to try these whenever you're free. Do so. So that takes you to a Google Doc that explains how to use Zapier to collect payment through your interface. You don't need to be walking around asking people to give you the money for the service that you've done completely. So I need you all to walk through the document. When next we come, Mr. Tekoja might be the one taking tomorrow's lessons, but when next we come, whenever I'm taking the next training, the first thing is you all are going to show me how you set up the payment through Zapier. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sister Tekoja. at work.
Yeah, muted. We can't
Amen.
hear you.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. So I said, just like Doctor rightly said, tomorrow is going to be more of practical. Like we are going back to now forming the beginning of everything. Like because what he has shown you now is the back end of what most business organization, Fortune 500, every business you see that is thriving in their six figure, they have a back end of automation that is continuous. You can imagine you are sent a mail, you just sent somebody has just replied before you blink, you've gotten a response. You reply again, they say sorry. Do you understand? So this is how it's been, and this is one of the tools that some of those operations that is being deployed. And I always say it is because I was looking at when Mr. Adu was on the session, even though he finally left for an emergency. Can you imagine how almost 60-year-old me or 50 something year old me or 70 something year old me, how is all these things like? I don't want you to overthink it. So the essence of this is, and if there is any knowledge gap, there's always somebody that is always available. And I just want to see it as whatever it's going to be, the sacrifice you're going to make to cover for any gap that is going to bail you out 2-3 years from now. That is the essence of what this training is trying to get us at. So I don't want you to feel like, maybe this is, and I know you are somewhat up there with regards to your AI or knowledge, computer science, but I say that because of others, I will listen to the replay because it's all about knowing what you want and understand the fact that there are tools that can get it done. And whether it is now done for you or you want to do it yourself, it's another ball game. Thank you very much for listening. And we'll
Thank you so much.
see you tomorrow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks.
Hey, God bless.
Yes, sir. You too.